Okay, let's take a look at this Excel graphing. Some of you are still having problems. A lot of you are doing great. I'm really happy with what you're doing, but a few of you are still having some problems. So let's take a look at the current lab that you're working on. Most of you have completed it. So LAB2, the graphical method. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to create a you're going to create your array here, these cells that track and or manipulate your data. So what I did was I create an array, trial number, the thread length, and I put here in centimeters, the number that we have for 10 swings, and then the time of one swing, and then the squared value. So what we're going to do in this video is we're just going to concentrate on setting this up and maybe using some of the power of Excel to do the calculations for you so you don't have to sit there with the calculator. So just create your first array here for the trial, 1 through 8, and just number those. And then in the next array, you're going to put your thread lengths. So the trial numbers, I told you how many trials there were. The thread lengths, I gave you that data. So the next array that you will create then is the 10 swings. So I gave you the time that it took to have the pendulum swing through 10 swings. So in each case, you can see you're just putting in hard numbers. If I cycle through these, if you look up here in the top where it says the formula bar 15.2, when I click through each of these, you can see it's just a hard number. There are no mathematical relationships. So for this array, make sure that you do display it with your accuracy, with your significant figures. So you input that data. Now, for the fourth column in the array, we're going to do some mathematical relationships. So in this column, the time for one swing, what we really need to do is, since we had 10 swings, we need to reduce that down to what it is actually swinging at for one swing. So you can do this very simply by doing the math. Let the Excel do these for you. So in this case, I type in an equal sign, and when I do, it's looking for what other cells to use. Well, in this case, I'm going to divide 10 swings by 10. So you type in you can type in either the cell, or you can type in the menu in the formula bar D5 by 10. And so that will give you the number for one swing. Well, the easiest thing to do at this point now is just to cut, or copy rather, and paste. So as you copy this array, I normally use my shortcut keys. So I'm going to hit Command C, and you can see that it changes, and it has now copied that array. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cycle down. I can use the down arrow here, and then just do a Command V, and it puts in the value. Notice that it automatically changed the reference cell. So now instead of D5, it's D6. So there's D6 divided by 10. Use the down arrow to go to the next one, hit Command V, and now we're at D7 divided by 10. So it's going to do those for each one of these cells as you paste it. You only have to copy it one time and paste it through. So you see it's dividing D5, D6, D7, D8, D9, D10, 11, and 12. In each case, it's dividing by 10. So you let Excel do the work for you. So the next array, times squared, this one we're going to go through and we're going to set up a power relationship. So we're going to have it take the time from this column, the E column, and we're going to have it square the value. So the easiest way to do that is type equal, type power. You will get a wizard, a clue here, and let's just do it. I'm going to delete it. Okay. So when I come over here, I'm going to type equals, and then I'm going to type power. I'll type right, and you'll notice that the pull down here says, well, you've used this before, which one do you want? In this case, it doesn't matter. I'm going to click on power, and it says it needs two things. It needs the number that you're going to use and the power. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, the number is from the first one in column E. So I click on that and it says, okay, that's E5. Now I have to type in 2 because it's squared. So the power, the number, and then type in whatever the exponent. Hit return, and bingo, now you have squared the value in column E. And again, we do the same thing. Do a command copy and down arrow, do a paste, command V, and do that for each of the arrays here. Okay, so let me delete them just to show you that it's really happening. So I'm deleting all of these. Now I'm going to go up. I'm going to copy what's in F5, and then I'm going to use the down arrow key, and I'm going to use command V. Now I'm using a Mac, so you have to make sure you're using the same keystrokes if you're using a PC. So I'm going to paste. There's the next one. Paste. You see, I didn't have to do anything other than paste, and you can see up here in the formula bar, it's changing the reference cell and squaring it. Paste, paste. So now I have, and if you hit the escape key, everything goes away. So I have created the initial array for my problem here. Okay, so let's go ahead and stop that and keep that short and move to the next one.